Today is Sunday, Parashat Chukat, and we're learning today the Gemara from Chok Israel. Tanu Rabbanan, our rabbis taught, Ve'asafta deganecha. The pasuk says that you gather your grain, from the fields. Ma Talmud lomar, lefi shene'emar lo yamush sefer haTorah ze mipicha. What does this pasuk come to tell us? Because there is another pasuk that says the Torah shall not depart from your mouth. Oh, yachol dvarim kichtaban. Does it really mean literally that at every moment of every waking hour you're supposed to just be learning Torah? Talmud lomar, that's why the pasuk comes and says, another pasuk says, ve'asafta deganecha, you shall gather your grain, hinaheg bahen minhag derech eretz. Divrei Rabbi Ishmael. From this is the opinion of Rabbi Ishmael. These two pesukim, these two verses, one indicates that you'll gather your grain in the field. In other words, you're going to be, as a farmer, or busy in a profession, earning a living, doing a worldly occupation to be able to earn a living. And the other pasuk says that the Torah will not depart from your mouth. How do you reconcile the two? You just have to do both. You have to both learn Torah and occupy yourself with a worldly occupation to earn a living. Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai Omer, Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai Bar Yochai has a dissenting opinion. He doesn't agree with Rabbi Ishmael. And this is what he said. Efshar Adam Horesh Bishat Harisha. Is it possible that a person, if he's a farmer, is going to be plowing the field at the time of plowing? Vezorea Bizra Bishat Zri'ah, and he's going to be planting the seeds in the season of planting. Vekotzer bishat ktsira is going to be harvesting at the time of harvest. Vedash bishat disha is going to be threshing the grain at the time of threshing. Vezore bishat aruach is going to be winnowing the grain in the windy season when he throws the grain into the air and the wind makes the chaff separate from the grain. And then being preoccupied with all these occupations that have to do, that a farmer has to be involved with his land. Torah Mate aleha. What's going to happen with the Torah? He's not going to have any time to learn Torah. But rather, when the Jewish people do the will of Hashem, their work is done by other people. He brings a pasuk from Yeshaya that strangers shall stand and feed your flock. In other words, they'll take care of whatever occupation you were going to have. Other people will do it on your behalf. But if the Jewish people do not do the will of Hashem, their work is done by themselves. Like the pasuk says, you shall gather the grain. Not just that, but even the work of other nations is done by them. The pasuk says, the pasuk says, you shall serve your enemy, and that is one of the curses if people don't go in the way of Hashem. So, dissenting opinions. Rabbi Ishmael says you combine occupation and work and learning of Torah. And Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai says no. Occupy yourself only with Torah, no work. Well, Abaye says, Harbe asu ke Rabbi Ishmael ve'alta beyadan. Many tried the approach of Rabbi Ishmael and they were successful. It worked well for them. They were able to earn a living and learn Torah. Ke Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai ve'lo alta beyadan. And many tried, and some others who tried to do like Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, they were not successful. Amalehu Rava le Rabbanan. Rava told the rabbis, B'matuta minaychu, people who were studying in the Bet Midrash. He told them, please, Beyomed Nisan, during the month of Nisan, Ubiyomed Tishrei, during the month of Tishrei, La titchazu kamai, don't stay in the Bet Midrash to learn. Nisan is the time that the grain ripens, so go home to take care of getting the grain together so that you have sustenance. In the time of Tishrei, that's when the olives are picked and pressed. Also make sure that you take care of the needs of your families by going and taking care of the fields, the crops, etc. So that you will not be anxious about your food supply throughout the year. Amar Rabba bar Chana, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Mishum Rabbi Yehuda bar Rabbi Elai. Bor, come and see, Shelo kedorot harishonim dorot aharonim. The first generations are not like the later generations. Dorot harishonim asu toratan keva umlachtan aray. The first generations, the earlier generations, made the study of Torah their main concern. And the ordinary work, they made it subsidiary to it, of second importance. Dorot achronim, and they were able to have blessings in both Torah and sustenance. Dorot achronim she'asu melachtan keva, the later generations that made their work, keva is the fixed, set thing, that's what was their main concern. And their Torah was aray, was just secondary and subsidiary to it. They were not able to be successful and to prosper in both aspects. This is a very important principle. We should know that great luminaries of Torah, Rashi, who wrote a commentary on the Torah, the Navi, the Ketubim, the Gemara, he was a wine merchant. Rambam, who was a illustrious giant of Torah, he was a medical doctor. Or Chaim HaKadosh, who was a holy man, and has a commentary of the Torah. Actually, his Askara is this, during this month, the 15th of Tammuz. He lived in Morocco. He knew how to do embroidery with gold. There were people who had an occupation and at the same time were involved with learning Torah. But what the point of the Gemara is here, even though you have to work, don't make the work as your main focus of your life. Your main focus of your life should be, your main concern is Torah, doing the will of Hashem, mitzvot, and yes, be involved also in work in order to earn a living and to take care of your family. This was from the Gemara of today, for Chok Israel, for Sunday, Parashat Chukat. Baruch Adonai le'olam, Amen ve'amen.